The dark tunnels rang with the chatter of small voices. Alone, they were hardly annoying, but combined... Silence! Lest my spells fail and kill us all, begone! The purple kobold shrieked, his headdress trembling as he shook his hand, sparks of magic flying, as the black-scaled kobolds squeaked their fear and ran from the room. Fools, Tartuk thought. His plans had already taken a turn toward the ridiculous, this confrontation with the Mitflits, an unabashed thorn in his side. Whether it would be better for those meddling adventurers to return or die in the process, both outcomes presented their own difficulties. The kobolds were useless, their chief most of all. Tartuk! Speak of Asmodeus and he shall appear. Any word from old Sharptooth? Patience, chief. You must persevere and all shall be rewarded. The chief, lizard folk skull crowned with feathers and dull jewels around his neck, did not leave. And these tall folk, they are also part of old Sharptooth's plan. I fear the curse will take hold if they do not return. Tall folk are easy to guide, the chief. Promise them a reward and they shall do anything you ask. Old Sharptooth has told me so. The only sound for a long moment was the bubble of whatever cooked within the shaman's cauldron, and the hiss of new ingredients being added. The soot scales will trust you, Tartuk. Click-clack of claws on stone faded into the tunnels, leaving only Tartuk. Even more foolish fool. The fools were useful. Perhaps he could kill two birds with one stone, take care of the adventurers and the chief in one fell swoop. And then the gnarl marches would be his, and soon patrons. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another verdant Monday here in the Stolen Lands. Pathfinder, Kingmaker, Secrets of the Stolen Lands. I am your game master for the evening, Jonathan Kenny, and these are the still unnamed adventurers ready to dab their way to a kingdom
Gonna be
in
fucking
said Stolen
zookeepers the way
Lands.
this is going.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Our kingdom is just a zoo.
I wish that we had recorded it or had you all seen, but you'll learn eventually what
Oh, that's
has
right.
just transpired.
You guys are not privy to our behind-the-scenes nonsense, are you?
No. Probably for the best, honestly. So yeah, last time on this madness, the
Symbols.
party making their way further into the Stolen Lands, following the Shrike River, found their way to a set of caverns, which had some kind of creature out front that they discovered was a Mitflit, as well as appearing to be the home of a small clan of kobolds. The scout kobold of which they found speaking to them and inviting them in, seemingly having had the greatest idea it ever had in its entire life, leading them back through the caverns around traps to a kobold shaman by the name of Tartuk, a purple-skinned kobold among many black-skinned kobolds. After a brief conversation, Tartuk told the party that the Mitflits, small gremlin-type fey creatures to the north, had stolen the statue that belonged to the kobolds, a statue of their patron deity by the name of Old Sharptooth, who nobody recognized, and Alistair believes is just like a false idol or some manner of small cultish figure. Tartuk promising them rewards if they did so, and the party decided to take him up on it. They indeed made their way to the north the same day, finding the old sycamore tree, under whose roots nested this large amount of Mitflits, who, after a few brief confrontations, they came to the leader of the Mitflits riding an enormous mite, which was the most disgusting thing ever. With a bit of smooth talking and a wonderful gift of a very plain and ordinary shield, the Mitflits gave back the statue to the adventurers, mentioning that the Mitflits and the Kobolds had for a long time engaged in sort of a grand game of keep away with the statue, and only recently has it become more than just a game, a problem between the two small clans of creatures. But they didn't get too much more information because the party was on the brink of exhaustion, beat their way away from the old sycamore, and just outside of its sphere of influence, sat down and slept for the night. A rest well deserved after a long day of fighting fey creatures. And that is where we will pick up. Either we can say just before you guys go to sleep or the next morning, whichever you guys prefer, if you had anything that you wanted to do. I don't think we actually said if you guys did anything before going to sleep, so.
Gorby just passed out because he definitely almost died.
Fair.
Alistair would actually like to do a little prayer, not prayer, but like a little sesh of just like, hey, yo, God, have you heard about this thing?
Elaborate, please.
I don't think there needs to be any elaboration,
Okay.
but sure, I guess. So he's basically like
You're
going
querying
down to
Aristil about
yeah,
this old sharp tooth.
yeah. He's like, hey, God, it's me, Alistair. And he's basically being like, I've not heard of this before. Is this something that should be taken care of? Is this something that should be nurtured? Is this a new god? What is this? I want to understand this to see if this is something that I should let continue on or if I should stop in its place.
I'll say go ahead and make me a religion check.
Okay. Religion.
Secret, if you don't mind.
Secret. Okay.
Secret.
Blind.
You sit down meditating for the night in prayer. You are not expecting like a direct line to Aristil. That would be ridiculous. But you are hoping that there might be some flash of inspiration, that some knowledge that was hidden within your mind might come to the forefront. Thinking more on the subject, you originally thought that this old Sharptooth was just a false idol, some being that the kobolds made up, or might even have just been some kind of actual dragon that they worship rather than a deity of some kind. But while you don't know the origin or even really the what this creature that they worship might be, it does, in your moment of reflection, occur to you that old Sharptooth, it might be some kind of actual higher power. But the fact that there is only one divine spellcaster that you could see, this old Tartuk, and that his power seemed more shaman than an actual cleric, makes you think that perhaps not as big it's probably not in the same weight class as like Aristil or Desna. maybe some kind of minor deity or extraplanar being. But it does, the knowledge does come to you, like, it must have some sort of power, even if they are not receiving anything from it.
Okay. Cool.
Anyone else for the night?
EP.
Just going to sleep in a
Evie.
puddle of raccoon and Gorby.
Naturally. How about you, Calliope?
I think she's gonna eat.
She's gonna eat. Okay. You all go eat. EP time happens for everyone.
Eat time.
EP time. So go ahead
Let's
and
go.
take a long rest.
Eepin' and
Eat time.
eepin'.
Even though long rests don't do anything.
I'm well rested.
I was going to say and remind you that even though you guys are now level 2, again, long rests in Pathfinder are not like the other game. You will still need to do some work to heal yourselves if certain among you are very injured and need some healing. Cough, cough, Gorby.
Can I
Gorby, do you need some help?
attempt a
Maybe.
medicine check?
All right. Yeah, all three of us are like, okay, come on, Gorby.
Okay, come here, come here, Gorbster.
The three of us surround Gorby.
Oh god. Yeah. If
He
someone
just
wants to
wakes up surrounded by everybody.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
just various medical implements in their hands.
Gorby, go back to bed. Don't worry.
Terrifying.
Who has the best
Gorby, look at the flowers.
medicine score?
A creature can only benefit from treat wounds once per hour. So
Yeah.
one of you make a treat wounds check.
Okay.
Anyone have more than 5?
No, mine is +5.
I also have +5.
I have +5 as well.
Okay.
Okay.
So
well,
what I'm hearing is we do rock, paper, scissors real
Yeah.
quick. All right.
Do it.
Ready?
Do it.
Rock,
rock,
paper, scissors, shoot.
Damn it!
That's a 3-way tie.
See, I feel like Jess should win that. I feel like there should be an order of operations there.
Sure. Calliope
Sure,
wins.
Can I do the help aid? The whatever
you
the
could
thing
aid
is?
if you want, yes.
Okay.
It's not going to help, unfortunately.
Okay, well, then never
Choosing
mind.
me was not maybe the best idea.
Well, if we fail, can like another person try?
In an hour, yes. You don't hurt Gorby in your attempt to fix him, but I guess you're not used to goblin physiology, and
I'm new at this, guys.
Gorby's just like wet.
he's just like covered in bandages, but they're not in any like helpful place.
No, I like that he's just wet. I like that one. Like, Calliope just accidentally just like sprays him, and he's just sitting there a little damp.
Poor Gorby. I'll try again in
I
in a
did
bit.
my best.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, Gorby.
Bath. Another.
You know what? Now he is clean, and that is also good when it comes to healing wounds. As you need to clean the wounds first before we can
Yes, of course.
fix.
Mm-hmm.
So
I
he
promise
is
I will get
practice
better at this.
Any skill. Yeah,
It's
you're
more
new to it.
pouring alcohol.
Don't beat yourself up.
he's now pleasantly wet, and that is
Pleasant.
nothing better than a slicked up goblin. I have to.
Crazy?
Alistair,
Do you ever think about the,
Calliope's
do you
cheeks
ever
are
think
red.
about the words that come out of your mouth?
No, absolutely not. Mm-mm. Never once.
I think this is how he
Alright.
got so
That
many
explains a lot.
Who's
lovers.
who's gonna try next?
Me.
Make a 3 wounds check. 5 minutes in and just already chaos.
It's been too long. What do you want?
New year, more chaos.
Do you want to use your hero?
No. I want to see this happen.
This is now the second hour of you guys just dicking around in the morning.
Correct.
And?
As you do, we're
Okay.
waking up.
Okay. I just want to make sure everybody's aware.
We're not on a time crunch.
Time tries to help me and accidentally scratches him more.
These things
All right.
happen.
I guess it's Alistair's turn.
All right.
Oh
Oh boy. I hope I get a 12. I
Corby looks
beg.
concerned. Corby looks up at you just like, oh no.
Oh, that's blind. Hey, can you tell me what that number is?
It was a 19, so that
Oh, thank
is
God.
a success. Do you want to take a full hour to increase the healing, or
Yeah, I mean, we're already here. Wasting
We're already
3
here.
hours.
We
might as
What's another
well.
fucking 4 hours? Yeah, what's another hour?
Well, treat wounds takes 10 minutes, but you can extend it to an hour if it succeeds to increase the amount of healing. It's
Yes,
relevant.
I will do that. I will give
Okay.
Gorby as much healing as I can.
All
The
right,
Gorby
Fantastic.
so you can roll 2d8 HP.
Okay.
And if you're taking the full hour, it doubles the hit points they regain.
Okay. 2d8 plus 3?
Calliope
No, just
is
2d8.
gonna.
Okay.
Calliope's gonna sit next to Alistair the whole hour and watch.
All right, so 10 HP back to Gordon.
Oh, lovely.
That was so bad.
Still not at full, but I'll take it.
I'll take it. All right.
I have a lot of health now.
What is everyone
I'm-
else doing in these 3 hours?
I'm showing Calliope how to treat wounds, I guess. I don't
Apparently.
Corby's just sitting there while everyone tries to like treat his little goblin wounds.
Poor man.
I start playing cards with Gorby while I teach Gorby a card game while he's being manhandled by everyone.
Love
That's a
it.
great idea.
Off
I
to a
am no
great start.
man.
Yeah, she said the thing. Poor little guy.
Elf
All right.
handled, I guess.
You finish treating Orby's wounds. You make your daily preparations for the day. And the world is yours to explore. Where
The
are you headed
world
to?
is your oyster.
The world is your oyster.
Oysters are delicious.
No.
Oysters.
Yes.
Do we want to just go
Oysters.
back to the kobolds?
Yeah, we should go back and give them their stuff.
Yeah.
So we can collect
We'll
whatever
do that
treasure
little-
they want.
Right.
I do also want
Decide.
to speak to their cleric, I guess, the shaman. What they call it? I want to know more about their god.
I don't think I've ever heard that name before. That they used shark tooth. Kinda
Corby
weird.
pulls the statue out of his bag. He's like, yeah, you can look at it. This is good, so I don't know. Maybe that'll tell us something. It's just a weird rock.
I look at it. You know how, like, in RE8, where you can move, like, statues around? Like, that's what he's doing.
It's an ivory
you can do that in a
statuette,
lot of.
about a foot tall.
No.
Um,
No.
It looks. Make another religion check now that you have like an actual thing to look at.
Okay.
My cat put her little peeps out, so I had to
Oh,
get
there we go.
photographic evidence.
25! Let's go!
Looking at it, it has the approximate proportions of like a winged idealized kobold, but it is very clearly an idealized kobold version of a crouching horned devil. You gather that if this statue is what they worship, these kobolds worship a devil.
Slay, as they should. You know what I mean?
I'm like looking. Alistair's looking at this, kind of putting it over in his hands, and is just like, "What is the group consensus on devils? Just show of hands, good, bad. What are the vibes of a devil in this group?"
Interesting.
Untrustworthy?
Oh.
I mean,
Like,
I got a little bit of mixed feelings just according to the, everything. But in general,
I can't imagine a devil would be very
What?
good.
they like fire and mischief, so I'm kind of a fan, but they also seem kind of mean, so like, I don't know. I'm like positive
What I
and
know-
neutral.
what I know about them is the more powerful ones tend to not be good, but they follow a set of rules, I don't think they're trustworthy. I think they're manipulative as hell. That's a devil?
Wow,
She nods to the statue.
I mean, it is a koboldified version of a devil, not the devil, because there's multiple devils, but like a devil.
Is there a B, C, D devil? You said
That
A
was
devil.
funny. That was funny, Juniper.
There is also the devil. There is the devil, and yes. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, I suppose it is a good thing that we did not kill many of the things that we dealt with, because I don't want to have helped some group that worships a devil.
Have you ever met the devil?
I mean, Rhea
Have
raises
you
her
ever
hand.
met the devil?
She points at her horns.
Alright, well,
I mean, maybe you didn't meet the devil, but like... No, I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
I
I think there's a difference between evil and infernal, but
You've met-
something like this...
Yes, this needs
Do
to
you
be...
not see the fucking horns on my head?
What?
That doesn't mean I'm evil,
You have horns?
but...
This is weird.
Grandpa, you need to take your medicine or something.
Alright,
I
well.
thought they just couldn't see in the dark. I didn't realize they couldn't see at all.
I very well can see the horns. I'm just being an asshole.
You sure are.
Just this time.
No, in general. Just in general.
Don't think anybody should trust a devil outright. A pure devil, but I don't think they're necessarily bad as a rule.
Do you think the kobolds know they're worshipping a devil? The Sharptooth sounds like a weird name for a devil.
Well, that is why I want to speak to their shaman.
Alright.
Do we think
No
it is
one-
any of
no
our
one-
business? Can we not just let them worship this shark tooth?
Well, a big thing about worship is knowing what you're worshipping. Being able to put... What?
Is it?
I mean...
I've known a lot of
The
people
big-
to blindly worship the gods.
You're right about that.
The biggest
Well,
the biggest danger in any religion is blind obedience and a lack of critical thinking. It's how they manipulate people into doing what they want.
My mother always says that we all need something to hope for and something to have faith in. If this shark tooth is not hurting them, perhaps they
But-
just need a little bit of hope.
that is true, but I also do not think that they should be able to be throwing a deity's name out while they are hurting others.
So, are we going in or?
I mean, we should probably go in because we did while we did not kill them, we did complete a task for them.
Mm-hmm.
And I do think that
I
we
mean-
should speak to the chief as well as maybe other members of higher society.
Best thing to do now, probably go back, complete the task, get any reward, and suss out if this is actually going to be dangerous or not.
Let's go.
All right, let's pack up.
You pack up camp for the morning and start to make your way back to the Sootscale Caverns. You know exactly where the caverns are now, so as you make your way in that direction, it is very easy to find your way back to. You see the kobold in the opening of the tunnel entrance, who seems very excited to see you all coming back. Immediately is just like jumping up and down, like, "Did you get it?"
Alistair pulls it out. The statue. The statue. The statue.
You said it, not me.
The statue.
I wasn't going to say anything. You pull it out, and the kobold jumps around excitedly, and just immediately like grabs you by the hand and starts pulling you into the tunnel.
All right. All right. Over we go, I suppose.
Leads you past the traps back towards the rear of the tunnel complex. You see... well, you don't see very much because it is very dark. Although you see, as you pass through, the same fork, you can see off to the left the common area where most of the kobolds are, and Nickpack is taking you. Nakpik is trying to drag you towards where you know Tartuk was last time. But as he does so, you hear a, "Wait!" And you see the chief, the kobold with the lizard folk skull headdress on, walk towards you all, and just says, "You are the adventurers that's Tartuk hired, yes?
That's it.
Yes.
You have retrieved it?"
What?
Yes.
May we see it?
Alistair
Holds out both of his hands for the statue.
Shouldn't we give this to the shaman?
This is the chief. We can give it to him.
Oh, this is the chief. Okay.
Yeah.
He will.
Give the man his home. Look how cute he is.
He will hand it over.
And for reference, he looks like this.
Yeah, there's so
Look at him.
cute.
Little guy.
guy.
Oh yeah, he's a Cubone.
He takes it and holds it in his hands with a fierce look of concentration on his face, almost as if like he were making a particularly difficult decision. And then after a moment,
What's up, bud? You okay?
Everything all right?
yes. And he shrieks and puts it over his head, and then slams it onto the ground and shatters it. All the other kobolds freeze in shock, and the chief is just grinning and just yells out, "You have freed us from the curse!"
What? What
Welcome?
cares?
We must kill the usurper!
Oh.
What?
Oh,
And starts running towards where Tartuk is.
Hey, you know what we said about what is our problem? This is not our problem. Let us go.
I agree.
Me.
Well,
No. Let's.
I mean, I kind of want to see how this plays out.
No.
Look, we almost died. I want something. Also, I was kind of right. They didn't know they were worshipping the devil.
That is true. They did not know.
Look, also, how fun is it going to be to watch a bunch of those tiny guys murder another tiny guy?
I mean,
don't
I
want to be
watched-
part of the murder, though.
No,
I've
we'll
watched
just
you
stand back and
murder.
watch.
Do anything. I just kind of want to watch.
You know, maybe supply some supports if things don't go to the chips well, you know?
Calliope looks wearily at Aster. Nope. Alistair.
We
Alistair
really gotta,
suddenly becomes a little rat man.
we've really gotta like coordinate names across.
We
games.
really do.
We've
Reyna,
got Reyna and
Alistair,
Reyna. We've got
Aster.
Alistair and Aster. What's next?
I
Corby
say,
and Schmorby.
Rhea, Reyna, and Arena.
understood. I now know my next character's name.
Schmorby.
Schmorby.
More be-
Gorbin time.
What are you guys doing? Is like the kobolds around the chief all seem to just still like they're kind of like running around in shock, like they don't know what the hell just happened.
Alistair will just kind of look at the group and be like, let us see if we can maybe help cause the least amount of bloodshed as possible.
Yeah, I guess. And if we
Yeah.
can't stop him from fighting, we'll get out of the way.
Gorby?
Right.
I have to kill him.
Looks directly at Gorby. Least amount.
Not the most amount, the least amount.
I mean, somebody's got to make a decision. I'm gonna go piss.
Look, I'm just saying, if I got tricked into worshipping something that I don't like, I don't know, like it's the opposite of fire, like a water thing, I'd probably be annoyed, you know?
No. Completely understandable. I'm very confused at why it took him looking at the statue to...
Well,
There's many
the,
things that I'm not understanding, and I would like to understand.
maybe the magic guy that thinks he's so smart, you know, was just hiding stuff from them. Those smart people do really hard things.
Alright,
Like,
let
oh, you're
us
just
go.
so dumb. This dumb little gamble. No, right. You don't know things. They pat you on the head. And this is getting personal. This is getting too personal. We should just go watch.
Corey's just having a moment.
That was a
Gorby-
journey
having
that
a
Gorby
full-ass
just went on.
moment.
He went on a journey.
He went on a soul-searching journey.
Oh, I am moving around a map.
That's me. I'm doing it. You follow the chief into the common area where you see all of the other kobolds that are here, along with Tartuk, are gathered. The chief is currently pointing at Tartuk and says, "You tried to take over the clan from me, and with your magic, but now the curse is lifted and you have no power over us." Tartuk, for his part, looks very confused and shocked and worried, and just says, No, this is their fault," and points at you all as you join in the group, and he just keeps pointing at you. The tall folk. This is all their fault. They destroyed it. They are the ones who aggravated the Mitflits.
No.
You see the beginnings of a civil war about to happen here.
Where he pulls out the equivalent of popcorn.
Oh no.
His little apple rinds.
Alistair just looks at Tartuk. Is that his name?
Yes,
Tartuk's the bad one,
this guy.
Yes.
objectively.
Looks
Objectively,
over
okay.
objectively.
He is the only purple kobold among this entire clan of black kobolds.
Oh no. Oh no.
No,
We'll just do a racism.
it's not like that. We're not. This isn't minority stuff, okay? This isn't.
Tartuk, are you aware of what you are worshipping?
What do you mean?
What is the name of your deity?
Oh, the Sharptooth,
And what is he?
god of the kobolds.
Why are kobolds worshipping a non-kobold?
Can Gorby make a vibe check?
Go ahead and make a vibe check. And he just kind of like throws his arms up and is like, no, it was the perfect kobold. The kobold that every kobold wishes to be.
That every kobold, or is that you?
All the suit scales.
Who told you about old Sharptooth? Found out about him.
Jonathan, I forgot there's not an insight check. What do I make?
Perception
Okay.
is sense motive.
Okay. Oh, that's initiative, not that one.
I do not know. We have worshipped him as long as the soot scales have been here. Gorby, with your vibe check, you can clearly see that Tartuk is rapidly losing control of the situation. But you're also noticing something odd. His accent is kind of wavering. There are times where he doesn't exactly sound like the rest of the kobolds here.
Oh, Alistair.
Disguised.
Yeah, what's up, Corby?
I don't think there's something wrong about him. His voice is weird. It doesn't match.
How long have you been here, Tartuk?
A couple weeks.
And you have known that this thing has been worshipped here.
For as long as the soot scales have been here.
And who is the soot scales?
The kobolds, all of them. Us, them, us.
Them? Are you not a kobold?
That is ridiculous.
Gorby smiles.
Alistair plants his sword and leans forward. Are you not a kobold?
Make an intimidation check. Sounds
Understood. Intimidation.
Or very sharp claw nails.
Can Gorby help with the intimidation check?
You could attempt to aid if you want.
I would love to. How do I do that?
You also roll a skill check, and if it beats the DC of 20, you give him a +2 circumstance bonus to his.
Awesome. So I just roll an intimidation check. All right, let's go.
Correct. If that's the skill you want to use.
Intimidation, is that in athletics or is that in diplomacy?
God, it's
Ooh, I'll roll a performance check.
no, it's intimidation.
Intimidation? Okay.
Oh, it's right there. Why am I not trained in this? Okay.
I don't know.
I feel like I should.
When Alistair starts leaning up against his sword.
I'm using a hero point for that.
Okay.
Oh, I have +8 intimidation. I was gonna take it for you. I was gonna do a thing.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Let him look like a fool. Do it.
It's okay.
Do your thing.
I will pat him on his shoulder. You know, I'm pretty used to looking different. People like to judge me for looking different, and that's not always very fair. When somebody lies, when somebody tries to pass themselves off as something they're not, that's what really gets my blood boiling. And she just taps her very sharp claws against her cheek, just all nonchalant. You know, it's hard to be different.
It's harder to be dead.
Okay.
Winning.
Against the will DC. Okay, so nobody.
Hero point.
You can hero point, yeah. Gorby,
will.
you didn't manage to get an 8 off, so it's still just a regular roll.
Hmm.
And tits and
Worse.
Okay, I will also hero point.
Okay.
Indeed.
You are all just trying so hard to be as intimidating as possible.
Yes! Let me be intimidating.
It's Wookie scary! What we scary, guys?
Fucking Christ, Jesus!
It was.
Tartuk just keeps pointing at you all and says,
"Oh, I'm so sorry."
"Old Sharptooth will hear of this." But he can clearly see that the tide is turning against him.
We woke her up.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
Well,
that was my fault. I was on shrieking.
And he will say, "You will pay for this." And you see him start to cast a spell.
There you go.
And he casts invisibility.
No.
No?
No.
Just no?
Counterspell!
I don't think any of you have counterspell meta magic
shoot.
or invisibility prepared.
Can I see what he did to learn it? To like identify it so that way I can shout it?
Sure.
I don't know, like he disappeared. Like I don't know what to do. Cry softly.
Occultism check if you want to identify magic.
Oh, I thought it was religion. Oh fuck.
No, this spell is under
Shaman
the occult.
disappears. John disappears. Rhea turns to the kobold
I don't know
leader,
shit.
and she's like, "Exits now. Get people on him. He's not getting out of here. Where are they?"
Just the one out front, I think.
The only way out,
There's
sure.
one in the back, but I think it just goes further into the mines.
Gorby would like to sprint at full speed towards the entrance.
Alistair is also joining, pulling his shield.
How about the two of you make me an athletics check?
I would love to.
I would love to.
Both of you have a speed of 25, right?
Yeah.
Yes?
Okay, so does Tartuk. And he has a bit of a lead on you. You guys quickly overtake the kobolds. You hear the chief yelling towards the sentries that you've passed multiple times. But Tartuk is invisible and they cannot see him. You do hear like the twangs of a couple of bows go off in the darkness, seeming blind shots, but you hear no impacts.
Is this dirt?
Hmm?
Is this dirt?
Is what dirt?
The floor.
The ground is dirt, yes.
So
this seems like an old repurposed mine, essentially.
So we'd be able to see where the impressions of feet would be. Because it's dirt.
Yeah, go ahead and make me survival checks to track.
Got it.
Gorby and Alistair are on the case.
You are.
It's a buddy cop. It's buddy cop at this point.
Honestly, I would love to watch that show.
You are on the case. Unfortunately, in the darkness and the hurry, with Tartuk stealthing his way out, you don't see. There are too many foot imprints of claws and your own boots to really figure out which would be someone else's. But you are booking it to the entrance as fast as you can. I do. Well, you know that the hidden pits are there. And I'll say with your athletics checks, you very easily leap over them. As you can see, them having been triggered behind you, assume Tartuk leaving, trying to trip you up as you make for the escape. But unless you do something specific to try and stop him, it looks like he's going to get away at this point.
I'm.
None of my snares would work, right? Because I have to set them beforehand.
How big is the entrance? Is it like Kobold entrance?
It's actually like medium sized. So it's like an 8-foot high opening.
8 foot high, but how wide?
5-6 feet.
Okay. I'm going to aim. I think this is kind of cold shot. I'm going to aim a javelin. I'm going to pull a javelin and aim it directly in the middle to maybe like get a Three Stooges, step on a rake, hit.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll then.
All right. With a javelin, correct? Yeah, that's what I used.
That is what you said, so.
Yes. Okay. Please let me hit it. Please let me do a thing. Hello? There we go. Actions. Please.
You having issues?
I've got it. Here we go.
You got it?
Yep.
Yeah.
I always have issues. Now I have biscuits.
21.
Hold on. I'm checking. You throw the javelin, and it's a very accurate shot. It goes like dead center down the hallway towards the opening, but you just see it pass through the air and like hit there's a rock just outside the entrance, and it just shatters the javelin. But it doesn't seem to have hit anything.
I was trying to make a pole for him to hit. Just kind of like hit his head.
I don't really have anything I can do.
My only other option is to fucking Captain America this shit. I have a shield.
Do you have anything, Gorby?
No, because I've got the snares, but I would have had to set those up beforehand. I imagine I can't just like toss one down. I don't think it works like that.
Well, you have with your snaring thing. It's I think like quick snares, and I'm not exactly sure how it works exactly, but I think we'll have to look it up later. But
can I just for the fuck of it try a grapple the fucking air? I guess.
Yeah, go ahead and make a grapple check, I guess.
Cool.
Okay.
It says for quick deployment, but I don't know what that means.
So that is against all odds. You succeeded against the flat check. You just like leap out towards, and you feel your arms grab something invisible in midair. And then you hear a voice say, "Let me go!" And
Sounds
the
like a
voice
plum.
no longer sounds like a kobold at all.
Alistair's tannins just hold him in air jail.
Air jail!
Is it
He's
still
going
tiny?
to attempt to escape unless
Gorby's gonna run up and I don't know what.
Please help.
I just take the rope out and start roping like the empty space where his hands are holding.
I make a thievery or check or a crafting check, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm right there with you. Do a crafting check. Let's do that.
You make this really intricate knot, and then you stand back, and it just falls to the ground as you've just tied it into open air.
I'm rattling the baby. I'm rattling the man.
The baby is going to cast Phantom Pain on you.
Oh!
Fuck.
So I need you to make a will save.
Jesus. Is that okay? Is that the brain? Yeah, that's the brain.
It's there. Was that a 19? That is a failure. So you are going to take 11 mental damage, and you are sickened 1.
Okay, I'll be sickened.
That sounds terrible.
It's fine. I still have the child.
You are
He's
also you are also going to be taking 1d4 persistent mental damage. And then for his third action, he's going to attempt to break the grapple. What are the rest of you doing back in?
Do you think?
Alistair.
Do you
I mean,
think
at
we
this
should
point,
go
I guess
check
we'll be
on
running
them?
after them.
Yeah.
I'd say eventually,
All right,
at this point, you guys like come around the corner and you just see Alistair wrestling with nothing in the air.
Did you catch him or?
Yeah, technically we did. Okay.
He does manage to break the grapple. But he can't run away yet.
Do I see the dust from where he lands?
It's part of like you can guess where he is. What are we gonna do here?
Gorby, jump him!
Gorby is going to Gorby's gonna smack really hard wherever he thinks he is.
Go ahead and make an attack.
Oh yeah.
I have chalk
is
in my
pulling a rope
inventory. Can I crush it in my hands and throw it out like dust?
You know what? I do I leave the one? No, it's funny.
Rhea is pulling a rope
It's
out
funny
of her
that I
bag.
missed.
You just see Gorby with the warhammer just like hits the stone that Alistair shattered his javelin on and just splits the rock in half. Go ahead and make I guess an unarmed attack with your chalk to see if it hits him.
Calliope, help! Calliope,
What do I do?
throw water at him. Make it so we can see where he runs.
Okay.
You throw the chalk out into the air, and it just kind of scatters to the wind. You missed.
All right, I'll try and do the same,
19.
but with
I also have.
I heard two different
Think
things.
she died?
No, I didn't die.
Okay, there you go. I have a bunch of sling bullets in my inventory
Oh, so do I.
that I haven't been using,
Mm-hmm.
and I grab 10 of them and just like toss them across the ground, trying to make them slip like marbles.
Sure. I'll give him a reflex save. I'm pretty sure a 22 is gonna be. We'll say
Yeah.
make it your attack roll. Whatever your attack DC is for sling bullets.
You could do it.
This is going great.
We could have just left.
You could have just left.
And we would have missed all the fun. Alistair
Well, I
also
don't
would
know
not
how
have-
it.
Alistair would
gonna
have also
roll an
not taken a
unarmed
bunch of
attack.
damage.
That's fine.
It doesn't work.
Does not, unfortunately, and 22 is going to beat that. Calliope, were you going to do something?
Yes, I was.
Okay.
I guess I will
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll just is throwing water on it gonna do anything?
You could attempt to make
Should
an
I-
attack roll with it.
Okay.
Could leave a dry spot where he's standing.
Alright, I'll just blast him.
Started blasting.
Anyway,
I
I
started
started blasting.
blasting.
That's pretty
That
thick.
is a pretty thick roll. You feel the water within you, and you throw out probably the best elemental blast you have yet. But you must have aimed for the wrong spot because it misses.
I mean,
26?
He's invisible, so
He's invisible, so in order for anything to hit, you have to also pass a flat check, which I'm rolling behind.
I think all of
Alright,
us
what do
have
we do?
done something.
At this point,
Alistair
it's now
shield bashes.
back to like Tartuk's round, I think. Or no, Alistair, you get one more. I'll give you
Yeah,
one more.
I'm
sorry.
Can I don't know if like hitting him with a shield. He hasn't moved.
Not
Correct.
yet.
I'm
You at least
pulling
know
up-
like the general 5-foot square of where he is.
Okay, that's all I need is 5 foot square. I saw where he fell. I'm taking rope out and I'm like wrapping and pulling.
Going to attempt another grapple. Okay.
Yeah, but with a rope this time.
All right. Go ahead and make an unarmed attack with your rope.
Okay. Oh, unarmed attack. Not just
You could do it.
grapple. Let me at him.
It's a very good lasso. You throw it out where you're pretty sure he fell, but either he gets out of the way or you threw it at the wrong spot, and it doesn't. As you like pull it back, does not snap around anything. You guys are getting so unlucky with these flat checks. I'm so sorry.
No, you're not.
Well, I still
Nice
technically would have
ass
2 actions,
motherfucker.
right?
I'm giving you like a lot of stuff with this taking out the rope, creating a lasso, and then throwing it. Like, you hear one last thing as the voice starts to like go away, and it's like, "You will not have heard the last of me." As you hear the voice like leaving further from where you guys are.
As we heard the last of him. What is your name?
There's no response.
Didn't think so. Do I take more damage?
You do continue taking persistent damage, actually, until you save.
Okay.
So you're going to take another 2 psychic damage, or 2 mental damage, but then your sickened condition ends, and you are no longer under that persistent damage. Now that everybody heard that voice, if you guys want to make perception checks to see if you can recognize anything about it.
Yes.
Would you like it to be secret,
Secret,
Papa?
please. Yes. I would love a secret check.
Would it be
Secret perception check.
Okay. Secret.
That is blind or private?
Blind.
Ignore
Blind
that one.
GM roll.
Oh!
I think that one should count.
Please don't make me roll another one.
It's okay. I'll give it to you because Rhea also rolled a nat 20.
Hey!
I know everything.
No longer hidden by the kobold disguise and no longer seeing the kobold, the voice is suddenly recognizable to you. Tartuccio.
That little shit.
The gnome from the party.
Fuck that guy.
That racist little punk.
Well, now we gotta kill him. Damn shame.
Damn shame. Loading shotgun shells.
Yeah, what a
shame.
As you all come to this realization and are dealing with the after effects, the rest of the kobolds come up behind you, getting ready, it looks like, to run out into the woods themselves, when you hear, "Let him go! He will not be back anytime soon." And you see Chief Sootscale behind all the kobolds who come to a stop. And he says, "I must thank you for taking care of that Tartuk. He convinced my clan of his magic and his ways. He convinced us that there was a curse, that losing the statue was bringing the wrath of old Sharptooth down upon us. But now the curse has been broken, thanks to you."
You are quite welcome.
I do hope that we can be friends after this.
You have done us a service. We will not forget it.
That is good.
Well, it's always good to have allies. And for what it's worth, I'm sorry that fellow was causing trouble for you.
It is quite all right. Here. And he snaps his claws, and one of the kobolds behind him brings out this very dirty-looking bag. And he says, "You may have this. It is what we have stolen from the Midflits."
Ooh.
I don't want to touch
That sounds great. If Gorby doesn't take it, Rhea will.
Gorby takes the soiled bag. He's very excited about it.
What is this?
Oh, yeah.
Is this a
Soiled bag. It
Bag
has
of loot.
some silver, some gold, even a platinum piece in it. Some kind of bag of dust, and a plain brass wedding ring set with a single pearl.
A pearl!
A wedding ring, but yes, also a pearl.
What's the chief's name again? Because I can't read.
Chief Sootscale.
Sootscale.
It's got some dust in here, dudes.
Angel dust.
Dust in here, dude.
Ayo.
Oh, I see.
This is
Can I
Gorby,
have
Gorby.
the ring?
Gorby puts on the fancy ring and then pretends
I
it
want
shoots
the-
little fireballs out.
Oh.
So he's just running around like, pew,
Gorby.
pew, pew.
Chief Sootscale. Right now, we're still in a place where we're exploring and adventuring. But eventually, we aim to settle. And if you ever need our help again, you can call us. So we'll let you know, and we'll do our best.
Yes, of course. Is there anything we can help you find? We know these... We do not go far into the woods, but we can at least give you some idea of if you are looking for anything.
Well, we're looking for not bandits. I mean, we are looking for bandits, but not what I was going to ask. Berries.
Berries.
Yes, we have a
What kind
different
of
side
berries?
quest that we need berries for.
What kind of berries?
Don't remember what he said they were. My notes just say berries.
Fangberries.
Noted.
He nods and says, if you continue down the river and across, past just before the woods, you'll find a thicket of fangberries.
Alright.
Due east from here.
Like here?
Got it.
Like there.
Here. Okay. Okay, that's only 2 hexagons away. We can do that.
2 hexadoodles.
Yeah, we got a goal. Fucking do it.
I do have just a question. The Mitflits said that stealing the idol was a fun game between the two of you, and you just broke it.
Of course, they thought that.
Okay, that's what I thought. We killed a few of them. Not all of them, because we almost died. But they might come back.
They will no longer have the idol to steal again, so...
Okay, alright. Asked and answered. You all are the cutest little things I've ever seen, so you have a good day. I pat one on the head.
Nakpik seems to, like, do that little gurgle that lizards do. And then just, like, shakes himself out of it and is like, yes.
Alright.
They thank you for your service and go back into the mine, leaving you all to go where you will from here.
So... East?
West.
Let's get them berries.
East. I thought
It's
you
not
said
a real
wheat.
direction.
East. Not sponsored.
Oh my goodness. Y'all been hitting the dust already, huh?
What?
I don't like that
Alright.
face, Max.
Gorby.
What? Gorby?
Can I inspect the wedding ring?
Yeah.
Is that just a perception check?
Yeah, or society.
Society. I don't know how to do that. I'm doing perception.
We live in a society.
There you go. Matches the description of Svetlana's wedding ring. that,
Yay!
like
I
they-
just remembered that.
That wasn't
what
in
that
my
face
notes.
was.
Forgot about that.
Oh,
Was
she
that
had a
the-
wedding ring?
Yeah, remember he asked you specifically, and you were like, "I'll get the wedding ring back because I'm a super big family guy."
Because I'm just a nice guy.
Look,
Immediately
Alistair,
forgets
great
about
family guy. Nico has ADHD, okay?
Mood.
Above the table, ADHD. Just rampant.
So Gorby
Unchecked.
Gorby is just rolling around in the front of the cave, playing like super spy with the ring. He's like shooting little pretend fireballs off with it, because it's a pretty ring, and that's what rings do in Gorby's head.
Cool.
And then all of a sudden he's just like, "Wait,
We can complete 2 quests.
Yeah.
He runs around there. He's like, Alistair, it's the ring. This is what we were looking for.
Yes, the ring that I was looking for the entire time that we've been out.
They're gonna be so happy.
They are. We should also tell. I'm sorry, Cork. I'm sorry. What is your character name again?
Juniper?
I told you the ADHD unchecked.
Mood.
Unmedicated.
Unmedicated,
Raw
dogging.
unchecked, run rampant. We
I'm
should
medicated,
also
but not for that.
we should also tell Juniper because Juniper is friends with the wife's husband that I also remember the name of.
This.
I'm sorry.
Did you hit your head?
To be fair, we just had a whole holiday season and we haven't played in a while. Like,
That's fair.
it's literally fine.
It's been a few minutes.
His name is Gerald, I believe. Fuck it.
Kalala, could you check on Alistair? The little restless wizard dude did something to his brand.
Oh.
Grandpa's
Do you
lost
need help,
in it.
Alistair?
What?
Do you need
Grandpa's
help?
losing it.
I mean, I'm not doing the best. If you want to check me over, I would not oppose.
No, this is actually role playing because you got hit with that mental damage.
Yep, that's exactly.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just a
It's
great
all on
role player.
purpose.
Yeah, go ahead and give yourself an extra hero point for.
Oh my
Dedication.
When the ADHD works in your favor.
Yeah.
It's rare, but when it does, oh boy.
Oh.
Percy Jackson,
Gorby gives the ring to Juniper because he currently does not trust Alistair.
Do you
to not
explain
lose
it, or do you just walk up and hand her a ring?
What were you? Where were you? Were you not standing like anywhere near us?
I assume if Alistair said go tell Juniper, I was somewhere else.
He will. Then Gorby will run over to wherever you are and explain the same thing and hand it to you.
Okay. Oh, she'll be happy to have this back. A woman I didn't know existed till we went there.
I think Calliope's over here like, okay, Grandpa, let's sit you down.
Yeah, Calliope's gonna be, okay, Alistair.
Let's get you back to
go ahead
bed."
and check you out.
It's literally the old person meme. Back in my day.
Do you want me to actually give you healing?
Yeah, he took like fucking 15 points of damage.
Yeah, I'm not doing great. I'm at half
Alright.
health.
Calliope's going to use her Ocean's Bomb.
Yeah.
You're bombing me?
Yes.
I am.
Yes.
Get bombed, idiot.
Ocean bomb.
Genuinely, a very good drink.
It's just an
They have
underwater
Sailor Moon
mine.
ones.
It's okay, Grandpa. Time to go to bed.
Forever.
Alright, so 5 HP back to the old man.
What do you mean select at least one token?
I'd like to imagine with Ocean's Bomb, it's exactly like healing in Avatar, where like it's water, but the water glows. That's how I'm imagining Ocean's Bomb.
I also like to
That's
think
how I
that-
was imagining it.
Oh, I was imagining it the Calliope
Bloodbending.
waterboarded me into some healing.
You feel better! You feel better!
Oh, that'd be really funny though.
All right,
don't know what
I think I
was
know how to
imagining, but I'm
heal.
liking all of these descriptions.
I think I know how to heal with water now. Alistair, come here.
I don't know, that's like when Clara hurts us before it helps.
Yeah.
Risky surgery is a good skill, and it makes me crit on medicine check when it works.
Joking.
I'll
Listen,
kill
sometimes
you.
you gotta break
I
the
think
bone
I
to
had that
reset
for
it, you know?
Talon too. I never got a chance to really use it.
See if I heal you. Bye.
She will.
I will.
You guys start heading back along down the river. You do not quite leave the hex before you have to camp for the night.
Oh,
But-
TM.
Yes.
I just realized. I know that we've already gone well past this.
Mhm.
But just giving a heads up. That was a mental thing, correct?
Yes.
That was
Mental damage.
yes. So technically, I should have critically failed because I just normally failed because of my new ass feet.
I don't know. Actually, you might be right. So, well,
Oh no.
He's dead now.
He's actually
dead
dead.
now.
Alistair has an aneurysm as we're walking.
He
Just starts
pops a blood
bleeding from
vessel.
your nose.
Yeah, we're just walking, and then all of a sudden, I just like start bleeding from every like orifice, and you're like, "What the f- is happening?"
Alistair, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. As blood is just trailing down from his ears.
Now that could just mean he has a burst eardrum.
That's not much better.
I lived.
I lived, bitch.
I feel like there's a story there.
You get to starting to look for a place to make camp for the night. Gorby, you're the one with the highest passive perception. So as you guys are like looking for a decent place along the river to make camp, you see a pair of legs sticking out of a bush.
Gorby.
They look short and stout rather than
So
like humanoid.
I imagine we're like walking straight, and Gorby kind of looks, and he just kind of like deviates that way as everyone else is walking.
That's what I was saying, Gorby.
Where are you
I
going?
Always hated it.
And Gorby grabs the legs by the ankles and just starts like walking backwards.
Oh,
You pull a dour-looking dwarf with a very long gray beard out of a bush, and you just hear him very weakly say, "Oh, Grotus is coming for me."
Alistair
Alistair!
immediately. Alistair immediately is rushing over and starting to do some like, okay, I'm healing you now.
Rhea uncorks her water skin and just kind of. If he's not is he like obviously hurt?
No obvious harm that you can see.
I pour
It
water
is
on
a
his face.
familiar. It is a familiar face.
Before
water
you
on
can
his-
try, but hang on, before Rhea can try and give him water, Gorby's gonna stop you in a very like panicked way. Like, no, the dwarves that can only have beer. If you give them water, they die.
It's not for drinking; it's to wake him up.
but-
Darby, I don't think that's correct.
no, don't
Everybody knows that.
Don't-
Where
don't
did
correct
you
him.
hear that?
Don't correct him. Shh.
Oh, okay.
They
told
told
him.
me at the party that they can only drink beer.
Um,
Well,
I think you said they would rather.
you
die than drink
recognize
water.
Harem, the dwarf from the party.
My best fucking friend.
say his
Best
name
fucking
again.
friend.
Wait, it's the
Harem.
guy that likes dying.
Yes.
Harem.
Well, yet again, we bring him back from the brink of death.
You like wake him up, and he kind of like his eyes slowly come into focus, looking around him like, oh, it seems Grotus still has plans for me yet.
Though, I'm sorry we keep taking you from your god.
You party a little too hard or something, fella? What's going on?
I don't remember. All of the other people left, and Tartuccio said that he needed someone to help him make his way into the Stolen Lands.
Fucking
So,
guy.
and we were good for a couple weeks, and then one morning I woke up and he was gone, and I was very lost.
Oh, well, you should hang out with us. Tachucho's kind of a jerk.
We just ran into
Yeah.
him.
And it's not safe to be wandering out here on your own, so you can stick with us for a while if you want.
Could stay in the camp.
Oh, well, I suppose if Grotus does not have a plan for me to come back to him just yet, then perhaps he means for me to travel with you all.
Yeah, maybe his plan was for you to almost die, so he run into us.
That sounds just like Grotus.
Yeah, that totally does. Gorby looks up at Alistair and he's like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Doesn't seem like a
Oh.
very good person to follow.
No, no, that seems like a like what the god is.
Grotus is not someone that you follow. He is the inevitable end of all things.
Oh, so this is a Gen
Right.
Z dwarf.
So, you just come with us.
All right. He gets off and dusts himself off of the many dirt and like thorns that have gotten stuck in his armor,
Time's
and follows you as you guys begin to make camp for the night.
Yeah.
As a fellow
So-
religious person, I know this is like a dwarven deity of probably like a
No.
glory in battle. No? Oh, okay.
Grotus is not a dwarven deity. You are at least well aware of this.
Then may I do a check to see if I know more?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Give me all the religion.
All the religion. Give
no
it to
thanks.
me.
Couldn't be me. Imagine being a faith-based character.
It's
Imagine.
Disgusting.
Horrible.
20.
20.
With magic.
So, Rotus is... He's technically classified as a lesser god, known as the god of the end times. He is mostly... his symbol that most of his worshippers use, and that you can see on Harem's shield, is the visage of a skull within a moon. He is supposedly the deity that will wait for the last living soul to die, and when Pharasma judges the last soul after the last living body dies on the material plane, Rotus will descend to the boneyard to meet with Pharasma on her crumbling throne before he moves on to the material plane to clean up and pack the dust away for another reality.
Sick.
He is the god of the end times, the harbinger of the last days, and the father of the apocalypse.
Okay.
And this
Careful.
dour dwarf follows him.
I like
I
this
love-
dwarf.
But as you guys set up camp for the night, and before anything happens, we're going to take a break here
Take a break.
for people to go pee, and for
Come
me
away
to...
with us for the summer.
That's what I was gonna fucking say.
Great,
Okay.
you're being so
We'll see you back in
aggressive.
10 minutes.
Yay! I'm in this
Welcome
with you.
back. So you all were setting up camp with Harem for the night. Anything you do before you go to bed? Anybody who wants to talk to Harem, for example? I'm assuming Alistair at some point.
I mean, I do, but also I want to talk to Calliope.
Okay, you can go talk to Calliope then.
I'll hang out with
Cali-
Gorby and take another look over the loot that we got.
Calliope is sitting with her water skin and just practicing manipulating water, but she looks a little bit dejected as she's doing so.
He walks over, big ol'. So big ol' like after game day, how's it sitting champ kind of dad walk.
You winning, son?
Big you winning son energy as he walks over. And he takes off his armor and sits next to her.
Alistair?
Calliope, are you alright?
I'm okay. Are you alright?
No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm just. You look a little not distraught, but like your mind is in two places at the same time, and you haven't found the place where they meet yet.
I believe that is true.
Want to talk about it?
I just want to get better at this magic. And I'm tired of failing.
You mean with the water?
Yes.
Why do you think that you're failing?
Well, there's been a few times where I go to use my magic and it doesn't work, or I can't control it. And I don't know what to do. I have no one to teach me. I don't even know what I am. Or why I have this magic in the first place.
I wonder who can relate to that. I'll excuse myself now.
Alistair,
And I can't stop thinking about my family. Admittedly, I do miss them. And I wonder if being out here is a mistake.
I mean, I know that you are not the biggest on religion. But I do have that understanding of wanting to see your family and missing them. And I follow a god whose big thing is family. That's like one of his main tenets is always doing stuff for your family. And as long as I keep doing that, then when I go to bed, I get dreams and moments in time that I can dream about, and I can still be with my family even though they are very far away. And it helps not feel so far. I also miss my family a lot, and thinking about them hurts because you are not near them, correct? I think tonight, if you want, we can sit by the fire and you tell me a story about your family in Aristil's name, and we see if maybe he gives you a dream as well.
Okay, I have a very embarrassing story about my father.
I would love to hear it. And he takes Calliope's hands and gently walks her over to the fire.
Mm-hmm.
And as he sets Calliope down, he kind of looks to the fire and he raises his head up to the sky and goes, Aristil, may this story of family bring all corners of the world tighter together. And then he looks over at Calliope and she has his full attention.
She just tells a story about how during a training session, her father got his pants taken off of him via sword, and he had to finish the fight pantsless.
Not the first time.
What, Alistair?
Nothing. That is pretty comedic.
Calliope, can you make me a nature check while you're doing this? It's almost not even like in your conscious mind. You were kind of practicing a little bit before Alistair came by to talk to you, and almost absent-mindedly you kept fiddling with the water in your flask while you were telling this story and thinking about your family. And how does Calliope feel telling the story about her father?
She feels amused.
That happiness and, the very small amount of, like, I wish he were here kind of fills you as you're absent-mindedly, and Alistair, you notice that the longer she's telling the story and not even really thinking about what she's doing, the water is slowly being more and more easy to pull out as she's absent-mindedly playing with the water. And then you see, as she's about to end the story, some of the water comes out of the flask and then doesn't go back in.
Do I see it too, or just Alistair?
At this point, just Alistair. You're still wrapped up in your story.
He
And
kind
it
of
was so funny because everybody started laughing, and he was so embarrassed that we made fun of him for weeks.
Calliope,
Yes?
what are you doing that?
Am I doing what?
What?
As your attention goes to the water, the water that you just pulled out of the flask, you lose, and it just splashes on the ground. But this one, like fist-sized chunk of water stays in the air, just kind of floating around, like. And then before your eyes, you just see like eyes and a mouth suddenly pop out of it.
Oh my god, what is that?
What is that?
Ivy's gonna reach her hand out to touch it.
Just like forms around your hand and then comes off.
What is this? I didn't do this, I don't think.
Starts
It
to like
tastes-
make these erratic movements flying
Zoomies!
around you. Yeah, it just has zoomies around your entire body.
Calliope, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I think the love of your family manifested into this little creature.
It is a creature?
Yes.
It just bounces on your palm that you hold up.
It is so cute!
But now that's yours.
Oh. Oh my gosh, I think I have a pet now.
Well, you need to walk it morning and evening and give it plenty of food. It's a big responsibility now that you have a pet.
I don't know how to feed it.
Water, maybe?
Ice chips.
Ice chips.
What do you want to name it?
I don't know. What should I name it? What if I name it Aquamarine? Like the little gem.
A good name. What if you name him Pantsless?
Pantsless. That is a very silly name. I like that name. Or just
Yes.
Pants.
You could name him Pants.
Should I name him Pants?
I think that is now his name.
That makes sense because that's the story I was telling. Although if I have, when I see my father, I have to explain why his name is Pants, maybe. But that's a later problem.
That is a problem that we don't have to deal with.
Ants flies around your head a couple times.
Oh, he's adorable.
He's so cute. I envision it's exactly like Morph.
Yeah. And I think at some point it flies over to Time, and Time is just going like,
100%.
Time, don't hurt it.
you just see the water just like go straight through Time's paw, and just like come out the other side.
It's like the videos of the raccoons,
raccoons with
trying
the
to
cotton
clean
candy.
their cotton candy.
Yeah.
It just disappears.
Exactly that.
Oh.
I love Pants.
Eventually,
You know-
Pants flies back and then just like into your water skin.
Oh, it could go away. Wait, is it gone forever?
Pops back out of the water skin.
Pants.
Pops back into the water skin.
That's now the mascot.
It's so
Time
good,
and
too,
Time and
because-
Pants are the mascot.
My best friend has a cat named Pants.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Isn't that so
Beautiful.
funny?
It was
I
meant to be.
know.
the love of embarrassing your father has manifested into this little water orb.
Just as Aristil intended.
Correct. A little bit of home to always be with you.
I love that. It makes me feel better already.
Now I must
Meanwhile-
talk to.
Meanwhile, back home, your father is just sneezing over and over again.
Yeah, his ears are burning.
He's got a
Now
ring.
I must talk to the dwarf who worships the Lord of the Apocalypse. I will be right back.
He's just kind of sitting in the corner on one of the logs, probably actually fairly close to Juniper. But he's just, as you walk close, you can see him just kind of like muttering under his breath and just like running his fingers through his beard over and over again.
I'm not-
So, do you like fish?
Yes, fish is quite all right.
Alright, good, because that's what's for dinner.
Good. The flesh of the dead is just as delicious as any other.
Why you gotta describe it like that?
Alright.
Why you gotta be a freak
That's
about
real
it?
gross.
Delicious animal muscles.
You know, one time Gorby got eaten by a fish. And he made it laugh so hard it spit him up.
Oh. Very interesting.
I lean over to Rhea. I don't know how to talk to him.
Alistair walks over.
So, what exactly were you doing lying face down in a bush?
I was waiting for Grotus's embrace. I had been lost
Oh,
for
instead
several
of-
days, and I thought it was all over.
So, instead of trying to do literally anything else, you just decide to lay down and die?
Oh god,
of course I tried many things, but I was quite lost, and eventually you just have to realize perhaps it's better to just lay down and die.
Oh god, this man's a
I think
nihilist.
so. Your god, he's the god of, like, inevitable end, right?
Of course.
Once
All
everything's
things
died?
eventually turn to dust and die.
Yeah. So you're gonna die no matter what. Nothing lasts. So why? It's gonna come for you eventually. So why try to hasten it? You know?
I wasn't trying to hasten it, it just seemed like it was time. I was apparently wrong, but I'm wrong about many things.
Yeah.
Oh, Alistair! Alistair is here!
Alistair walks over right at this point.
Good evening, Harry.
Oh, pleasure, Alistair.
Um, quick question. You are a man of a god. I am also a man of a god.
Indeed.
I need to know, what is your story? Why at what moment did you pick that he was the one that you wanted to follow?
My life can be described in two parts. Before Grotus and after Grotus.
BG.
Before
KG.
Grotus, I, like many dwarves, worshipped Torag. But Torag cursed me. I was a dwarf that could not craft anything. All my armor broke when anyone hit it. My weapons shattered in their hands. Do you understand what it is to be a dwarf whose every creation breaks? Torag cursed me, and I was ostracized by all the dwarves that I lived with. They thought I was cursed, and they were right. And then one day I heard his whispers in my mind. Grotus. He told me of the inevitable end of all things, and he gave me the gift to go with my curse. That if I could not create, then I must destroy. The slow destruction of all things as Grotus demands. And eventually I left all of my brothers and sisters, and I now go to preach his words everywhere I see. And no place is more like Grotus than the Stolen Lands. The ancient ruins of 100 civilizations all throughout these lands. There is nowhere that is a better explanation of what Grotus is and what the world is than this place.
That's very interesting that you say that. Because I was thinking the same thing with Aristil. There's no better place than to show the true meaning of working together and forming families and units than places that have shown such deep history and shown such deep ruins that show that people have lived here for hundreds of years. And so it's just very interesting to hear the different types of ways that people can look at things and interpret them differently. But I must ask, when it comes to the slow destruction of things, what are your intentions with the Stolen Lands and everything that comes with it?
Oh, I merely wish to spread the word of Grotus to all that would come here. When I heard of what the Sword Lords were planning to create a new civilization here, I figured what better way to understand and see Grotus's might than to see the rise and fall of another civilization. Grotus is the slow degradation, not the quick and painful death. I have no desire to make things fall any faster than they would already.
So, Grotus's whole deal is he's gonna build a new world out of the ashes of the old one, right?
It's not that he will create the new world. He is just going to clean up the old one to make way for the next one.
No, he is simply waiting. He is not he's not an active participant in its destruction. He is like,
Yes.
you
A
know...
custodian, you might say.
Yes, custodian.
He waits
Kinda
above
like-
Pharasma's boneyard for the end of all things.
Like mushrooms.
Like mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Kill him in a way that matters.
I'm not fucking scared of you!
Over the name of God, you fungal piece of shit. We all spend too much time on the internet, folks.
Yeah.
We are all
Thanks, Tumblr.
chronically online. That's fine. Well, that is good to know. I don't get to have these conversations often, so being able to have them is very nice.
Of course. The small joys that we find in life, knowing that it will all eventually end, is part of life itself.
Well, you like a dead animal muscle in the way of fish?
Of course.
And then in the morning, we will have more dead animal in the way of eggs. Calliope makes great eggs.
I do make great eggs.
Getting
Yes, everybody,
Yeah,
the quintessential trail ration.
Good,
eggs.
good.
we have that
Because
chicken.
yeah, that Aster's chicken
This is where it
wound up
came.
in Kingmaker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Eaten by a
reversed.
werewolf.
It died there and was brought back to life here.
It got isekai'd into Kingmaker.
Oh no, the
This is-
werewolf
this
is
is-
Truck-kun.
I don't know what
This
that
is-
means, and I don't want to know.
Reincarnated in another world as a chicken.
Is this a chicken?
It's fine. This is Schrodinger's
Fucking light
chicken.
novel. Oh god. All right. Anything anyone else is doing before they go to sleep for the night?
Sticks.
Sticks. More
I'll help
sticks.
him set up his
Alistair,
sticks.
why always the sticks?
Because so that way when people come into camp that we do not know, the first things that we hear to wake up is the cracking and breaking of sticks. So that way no one can sneak up on us when we are asleep.
When after he does his little spiel, Rhea will just walk by Juniper, just hand on her shoulder, and just be like, "Come over here. I have a word. I have a word."
She's
A
like
word.
about to
Yeah.
say something.
No. And just like Alistair goes back to his stuff, and Rhea just says to Juniper, "You had to have lost somebody, right? Being off guard, being too tired."
Probably.
It's probably somebody pretty important for him to be this insistent on it. He doesn't seem like a guy who, like, he abandoned he walked away from court so he could live a less restricted life, but he is really set on this. And it is bothering the hell out of me not knowing what happened. I tried to ask him, but he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
You'd also like to know.
God, you're gonna have to get dad lore soon.
Yeah.
Not the dad lore.
I don't know that bothering him about it a bunch is going to do any good, but I also really want to know.
We'll figure it out eventually.
I mean, I guess so.
Just it's such a whole thing every night.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little bit annoying, but it's kind of harmless at the end of the day.
Just Juniper is like looking back at you, Alistair, while they're talking.
Alistair looks up from putting down a stick and just...
Gossiping about you.
What are you gossiping about?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I mean, if it's about me, yes, I would.
You don't get to know.
All right, I guess.
Leave the sticks be. Right. But is there someone else we could prank?
I mean,
Calliope is sitting there
Calliope-
playing with her new friend with pants.
You see Harem
feel
is
like
just is now back to like talking to himself and running his fingers through his beard.
feel
Slowly
like there's
getting more and
potential.
more completely messed up as he does so.
I mean, we could either mess with Calliope with the little bubble guy, or we could, our new friend, think the world is ending around him.
Oh boy. You know, that one seems a bit extreme. For now,
Yeah, we did just meet him.
I do like to send time to do my dirty work because it's funny mostly. But
He's already got a mask on.
you're right. I'll figure it out.
Okay, you let me know.
Alright. Anything else before you all go to bed?
No.
Alright. In that case, you all take a rest. You wake up in the morning, you get a long rest. Go ahead and, if you need to. And I assume you guys are essentially making a beeline for the Fangberry thicket that you've been told about.
I need those berries.
I love
Not
the
good-
name. I love a
good.
thicket.
Berries and cream, berries and cream.
I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream.
You
Okay. Alright, that's fine.
what just happened?
Don't worry, nothing. I don't know.
Nobody
Keep going.
knows. You you follow the Thorn River or the Shrike River until you find yourself at this juncture where the Shrike River meets the Thorn River, and they join up together into a much larger river down to the south. Contrary to what you might think of two rivers meeting, the base of the river seems very, very shallow here. Probably no more than 3 feet deep, so very easy to ford. However, as you get close to it, you see a figure out in the middle of the river, right where they meet. Sort of like not like knee deep in the water. This woman in loose flowing orange robes that are almost the same, a little more red than the shade of her skin, and the two horns that peek up above her hair. You see her, and you see fire explode out from her hands as she is doing some kind of kata and turns around and sees you as another burst of flame appears from one of her hands and says, "Oh, I am sorry, I did not see you all there."
Hi.
Good morning. Afternoon,
Sorry
good
to
time.
That's
Good
pretty
morning.
hot.
That's some amazing work there.
Welcome to the Thirsty Bitch Club. Population, these bitches.
Oh,
Hey,
she's
Do you
hot.
see her, Jonathan, with your eyeballs?
I do.
Oh
She's
no,
Um,
she's hot.
lovely.
She, in addition to eyes with no pupils that are pure orange, She has tattoos on her bared shoulders, down her arms, and
You're
a tail
making
flicking
it
out behind her.
worse.
I know I am.
she
I'm just
just-
describing the character, okay?
You're describing a shy, except for the skin color.
The trauma.
Except for the trauma and the skin color, sure, yeah. Yes, sorry. My name is Casey.
Good evening, Casey.
Casey.
Time, Casey? I don't fucking know what time it is.
I believe it is about midday.
Okay, then good day. Right.
Hmm.
Don't let me disturb you if you are heading somewhere. I was just practicing.
Practicing?
I can do that too, except for with water.
What were you practicing, if you don't mind me asking? Oh, I'm Rhea.
A pleasure. You say with water?
Yes.
Interesting. You don't look like you are from around here, but then again, neither do I.
Well, I'm not from around here.
Oh, then we have that in
None of us
common.
are.
Where are you from?
Kadira. You all would know Kadira is a land to the decent far south that is mostly desert and desert cities, nomadic people. I wouldn't say particularly xenophobic, but definitely a very different culture than what you would find up here in the River Kingdoms.
Are they part of Bravoy or no?
No, far to the south.
Far. Okay.
I
Yes,
gotta say,
very completely different part of the continent.
don't meet many people that look like me. It's nice to see another one of us.
A bit of a double-edged sword, I guess.
Yeah, well, if people
Easy-
judge you,
Easy to connect with other people like us, but everyone else,
well, what I've learned is if they're willing to write you off just because of how you look, they're not worth it anyway. The fun thing is, when I'm selling stuff they really need, it looks like they're about to shit their pants because they can't stand talking to me, but they really need what I have to sell. And then they get to charge them extra for racism.
You see, like, the tip of her tail flick back and forth, which you would absolutely recognize as, like, body language that, you're interesting. I like you.
Yeah.
And she's just like, I think we're going to get along very well, you and I also like to rip off people that are assholes to me.
They deserve it.
How old does she look?
Maybe early
Why,
20s.
Alistair?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Alistair's version of family planning.
So, no, not that way.
Early 20s. So
early
past her
20s.
majorities, but not like super.
Okay.
Is this
Why
your-
you need to know?
Is this your bastard
Uh,
child?
What?
What?
I don't think you've ever been to Kadira.
No, I do not think so either. But I need to ask. For safety reasons, I need to ask.
Stop being such a slut, Alistair.
No, not that way.
Back
You know,
off, Grandpa. This one's mine.
you can
get in
have
line.
her.
Get in line.
You
Excuse
can
me.
gladly have her. I'm checking for
Listen.
something else completely.
She's orange. I'm pink. Together we are lesbians.
She's fire and I'm water. Together we're Zutara. So
I just spat all over my computer.
As well, you should have. Is there anything I can do to help you, or were you just passing through?
passing
I mean-
through. But if you can tell us anything about the area, anything odd, we're just heading to look for fangberries right now.
Anything odd, you say? Let me think.
Do you
Is
have
there-
another side quest for us?
She ponders it, kind of like rubs her chin for a moment, and just says, I don't particularly know. Just been kind of wandering lately. There were a few bandits that I came across, but, well, if you head a few miles in that direction, you'll find their burnt corpses, so.
How long have you been doing this?
The wandering, or, like, being
The
right
fire.
here?
The fire.
How long have I been doing the fire thing? Ever
Yeah.
since I was born, really.
Gently pulls Calliope over.
While are you out there? Are you like a merchant or something? Or are you just like,
Just a wanderer. I like to see new places.
by yourself?
I'm very adept at keeping myself safe. Again, I refer you to the 4 bandits that I burned to death a few miles upriver.
I was
Sounds good.
wondering. Because you said you've been able to do this with the element of fire.
Aye.
I was wondering. It's not fire. But would you be able to teach someone a bit more about this type of thing?
You see, I have only just gotten these powers, and I don't really know what I'm doing or where they came from. It's only been a few weeks, and I'm doing my best, but I feel like I'm falling short so much, and I would love a teacher.
She walks up to Calliope, gets really up in your business, just like
You're
immediately
very
looks
pretty.
like really, really close to your face. And as you say that, she just smiles and says, I know. And just kind of like does a quick 360 of you looking around. And she says, yes, I can tell that you have not been able to use this for very long. All of your key is all misaligned. We can do something about that.
What does that mean?
It means that you are not used to the power that flows through you. I, from a very young age, was forced into using it, so I have had a very long time to feel where the channels of energy run through my body. You, not so much.
Does that mean we are the same?
We different elements, but yes, we both pull our energy from nature, from the elements around us.
Oh, I am so happy to have met you.
I'm glad. How are you going to make it worth my while, though? I don't do anything for free, you know.
I'm very entertaining.
He is, that is true.
That is very true.
You should see him with a ring.
They whispered a time to do a little dance next to Gorby.
Gorby dances with
It's
time.
like the little jumping thing that
Yes.
raccoons do.
What is it that you would be looking for? I do have some gold. I do also can do labor.
Gold, labor, these are things I can get easily myself.
I will do
A
anything.
secret story. What would you like?
My
I can give you some
family
pretty
is
good company.
very affluent, and I can. I don't know.
Connections. Connections are something I can use.
Aren't we like important? We're connections, right?
Well, what
In-
connections are you wanting?
Who's gonna tell him?
An introduction to whoever is the most in tune with this area of the world. I've only seen bandits here. They are not what I have in mind.
Someone who is more in tune.
We can introduce you to says name of the lady that does the
Jamandi
letters.
Eldori.
Thank you.
I do feel the need to point out that you guys are like establishing or planning to establish a kingdom here.
Yeah,
that's
I
what
mean,
that's
we're
what I was
kind
trying to
of
get
the
at
leaders.
with Gorby. By being like, aren't we important?
Yeah,
We're connections.
Gobi is
I mean,
correct.
are we
Technically,
important yet, though?
You
Not
will be.
really.
If you
We will
pretend
be.
hard enough.
And don't. I don't think Gorby would be like
Someone put on the
smart
Riz.
enough to say what I'm about to say.
All right. Alistair kind of straightens
Well.
up.
You know, have you heard about Jamandi Eldori sending people out trying to settle the stolen lands?
I can't say I have. I've just come from the south, so the sword lords are more to the north, if I remember correctly.
It's true. It just so happens that the lady of the house sent out a bunch of adventuring parties trying to, establish a new kingdom, settle the area, and we're one of them. We haven't found a place to settle down yet, but
How much is a favor for future leaders to you?
We can give you a title in our new land.
Getting in on the ground floor is very good. Very well. I suppose that our interests align there in that if you die and cannot create this kingdom, then I will have no title, so it benefits me to train you as well. So we have an accord. And she puts out her hand.
How do you feel about socialism?
Gorby shakes the hand.
How do you feel about communism?
I am all for anything that will fuck over rich people.
Excellent. Then we are all on the
good.
same
You'll
page.
fit right in.
Alistair and
feel like-
Calliope share a look.
Calliope, we share a look, and then Calliope hangs her head a little bit.
Nope. Alistair's like, you will learn. This is you learning. The propaganda was not kind to you.
Calliope's gonna reach out and shake her hand.
She pulls her hand out of Gorby's hand, who's been just going like this for like 30 seconds, and shakes Calliope's hand. Good, good. Now, first lesson. Walk on the water.
I
On
don't.
top of it.
do
Walk on
that?
top of the water.
No, I can't do that.
Learn. And she pushes you.
I guess she falls smack dab into the water.
There's an explosion of water as Calliope just goes headfirst into the water. Comes up sputtering.
Hey, that was not very nice.
It was funny.
He is giggling.
Alistair gives a hand. The first step to doing anything is to believing that you can.
Gorby
think you
pushes
can do
Alistair
this.
in the water.
You know what? That is my mistake. Water walking, not a very easy thing. Let's start with making your clothes dry since they're now all wet.
Okay.
Pull the water out of it.
Should I roll for it?
Yeah, make a nature check.
I believe in you.
Someone has to.
Alistair believes a bit less.
Do you want to use a hero point?
No.
No? Okay. You focus as hard as you can, and maybe your clothes are a little less damp. You're not like dripping wet, but you are still wet.
As she tries and tries and tries as much as she can, and then just eventually stops and hangs her head, and doesn't say anything.
Why are you hanging your
Takes
head?
a few steps back.
Why are you hanging your head?
I told you I don't know what I'm doing. Just by you telling me to do something does not mean I can do it.
And why does that mean you hang your head?
Because I am embarrassed.
Took a
Don't
lot
be. You've just started. You're going to fail. Do you think that I threw out fire the first time I tried so easily?
I don't know, you're very confident, so I wowould say yes.
You might be right, but
Calliope, and she'll just do that. Hand on the chin. Lift your face up. Listen.
starting another polycule, I see.
Yeah.
Everybody starts at step 1. You just figured out about this power. And luckily, it's one that heals. It's one that helps. It's pretty hard for it to get out of control. But to get any better, you have to 1, want to do it, and 2, give yourself the grace to fail. Okay?
Okay.
The cute one is
Thank
right.
you, Rhea. The horniness is distracting.
You failed this time.
Isn't it always?
Yep.
Think about why you failed, and think about what you can do different next time. But don't let it get you down. Because if you fall down that whirlpool of not being able to do it, you'll never get out. She walks up to you and puts her hand like on your chest where your clavicle meet, and just says, "Feel."
I don't know what I am feeling though. I
Close
don't
your
know
eyes
where
and feel.
She does.
Her hand is very warm and getting even warmer as she holds it there, almost to the point of it being painful, but not quite.
She's gonna grab onto her wrist with a hand as it gets warmer. Just like something to hold, and she like needs to rip it away if it gets too hot.
Make another nature check as you do.
Monster just watches this. This means.
You go almost pull it away, but as you put your hand on top of hers, you feel the energy there under her skin. Very different from yours. This blazing heat. And it makes you very aware of the fact that you have something diametrically opposite within you. You feel the cool, gentle water that opposes her, and the rest of you, as you're watching this, just see like steam just exploding out from where their hands are meeting. And she pulls back and says, "Try it now."
Alright. She's going to close her eyes and feel the opposite of what she just made her feel, and then try and pull the water off of her.
It sheets off of you just like woof, immediately, and you are just completely dry.
I did it!
Orby jumps up and down in like excitement, clapping.
And in so doing, gets Calliope wet again with the splashing.
No.
Now let's try and do it on the run. And she pushes you in the water again and then starts to run away.
Don't you dare! And then Calliope runs after her.
She is heading to the west in the same direction that you guys are headed, so...
Gorby looks up. Are we crossing the river? I know it's shallow for you guys, but I just realized it's basically up to my head.
You can
All right,
ride
all right.
on my
Baby
shoulders.
jail.
Oh, all right.
Alistair puts him in air jail.
Yeah.
It's
Off
not
we go.
really a punishment for anybody.
As
There's
you...
no punishment for Bobby.
as you follow the two of them and continue making your way to the west, that is where we are going to end the session for tonight.
Fantastic.
Thank you all for joining us in that everything that was. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you this Saturday.
Yes.
Fucking better.
As of right now, yes.
Saturday and then Monday next week. But until such time, thank you for joining us. Have a good week. Is it
Bye.
Saturday or Monday yet? Not sponsored.